online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Supergirl!
Alrighty, Supergirls, welcome back to another Supergirl after show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. We are already on episode 11 called Strange Visitor from Another Planet. I'm one of your hosts, JJ Jurgens, and I'm joined here by these two beautiful ladies.
Hi, Stephanie Wenger. So glad to be back with you.
Hey guys, Nicole Brajer. Good to be back this week. Sorry I missed you last week.
All right, well, since it's ladies' night to start out with, we're going to start talking about some romance. And special treat tonight, we do have a very special caller that's going to be calling us in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So please stay tuned for that. All right, so you guys are very happy that we finally see Adam Foster make his appearance.
So excited. Yes, but it looks like our caller is actually online.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Tawny, are you there?
I'm here.
Hi.
I hear you guys. Yeah.
Hey, Tawny.
I think do what you got to do. Let's talk about, whatever you want to talk about.
All right, so everybody, this is Tawny Cypress, who plays Senator Miranda Crane tonight.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And I know you're calling us from the East Coast, so it's late your time. I appreciate you staying up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Are you buried in snow?
It's perfectly fine. Huh?
Are you buried in snow?
Oh, my gosh, yes. You have no idea. It's up to my thigh. I've been shoveling out all day.
Oh my! Where in the East Coast are you at?
We live in New Jersey,
Yeah.
North Jersey.
Oh my God, I'm from North Jersey. Okay, I love
Whereabouts?
you. Morris County.
Right on. Oh, we used to live in Chatham, but now we're in Westfield. So
Nice.
you know the area.
Yeah, 26 feet I heard. Or sorry, 26 inches I heard. So what's that, like 2?
Yeah, at least. Yeah,
Yeah,
at least.
that's
You got
crazy.
a lot.
Cool. Well, sucks to be you.
guys
We're here in 55
I know,
degrees,
right?
California.
Trust me, I know.
Have you done anything fun in it? Like, I don't know. What else would you like?
Well, we have a lot of dogs, and
Nice.
we let them go out, and they like us to have fun in it, and that's fun to watch them play in it, but that's about it. I haven't made any. It's a lot of snow. Like, I'm not even, it's nothing you can actually deal with. So, it's, you gotta wait for it to melt.
Yeah.
too
Well, we
bad
hope
that
that
it-
happens soon for you.
Yeah, it's too bad you guys had it on the
Right
weekend
on.
and not the weekday.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your experience with Supergirl. I mean, to start with, how was the audition process for you?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's cool. The audition process is really quick, actually. I got the audition, and it was like 3 pages. They didn't say anything about stunts. They didn't say anything about who this senator might be. It was just a straight-up senator script, and it was. I didn't want to do it. I was like this. I mean, I had a lot of other auditions, and I kept putting it off. I was like, this is just a senator. What am I going to bring to this character? I don't know, whatever. But then I did it, and they hired me like instantly, and I didn't know. I couldn't figure out why. And then I read the script, and I thought it was so cool that they thought I could actually pull that off. Like they had a bigger thing in mind than than anybody knew. So it was really awesome to get the part and then to be able to deliver for them.
Yeah, then so you didn't know, did you do a lot of the action scenes, or did you have a stunt double for that, or how?
I did. I had a really awesome stunt double who did a lot of the climbing on the walls and stuff. They wouldn't put me in a harness, but I did a lot of the action sort of moves and stuff. So the close-ups are me, but yeah, I mean, as far as stunts go, they don't really. There's a liability, so they don't really let you get in the harness. But it was fun to. I still hurt. I mean, I needed a bath every night. I'm old. You guys are young. I'm old.
You're not old.
I can't really do that kind of stuff.
You are not old.
Okay.
I was gonna say, did you use any, physical preparation for it? Did you work out, or did you kind of just think, well, the stunt double's gonna do most of it? So.
Well, yeah. Well, literally, like I auditioned on like a Wednesday, and they told me I got it on a Thursday, and I flew out on Friday to start shooting it. So I had no preparation at all, and I really didn't know what I was getting into until I was like reading the script on the plane on the way there, and I was like, I can't believe they're going to let me do all this. And then they didn't let me do all of it, but I got to do enough to really feel it in my body. For as somebody who does not work out at all, no, I don't work out, so it was pretty painful.
Now, I read, is it true that your older brother is a comic book artist?
He is, my brother, Tawny Cypress. Yes, he does a lot of independent stuff now, but he did a lot of stuff for the big companies, Dark Horse, DC, Marvel. He's worked for all of them. He's awesome. If you really like comic books, you should check him out because his work is top notch.
Very cool.
And were you a comic book family? Or were you all interested in comic books, or was it something that was kind of new to you with Supergirl?
Oh no, I mean sorry, I'm losing my voice. But my brother was always obsessed with comic books growing up, and we were close kids. Me, my brother, and my sister were all really close. So he sort of pushed it on us, like comic books and like Dungeons and Dragons and all that, video games. All that comes from my brother, and I like obsess over that stuff now. Well, video games, I obsess over video games, but the comic books really came from him, and I've had it as part of my life forever. But no, it started with Heroes, I think, is when the comic book world really started colliding with my sort of career.
Absolutely.
And it's gone from there.
What's your favorite video game?
Oh my God, I would have to say Elder Scrolls. I mean, I really love. I love RPGs. So. Oblivion, I played like its completion. That was pretty awesome. Took me months.
Our producer wants to let you know that she loves that as well. She loves that series.
Yes!
She said it with 6 exclamation points.
So you're a gamer.
I'm a total gamer. I'm an RPGer, actually. I played the whole Fable series. I played Mass Effect. I'm a gamer.
So you're essentially a geek.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Yeah.
You're a hot geek.
Have you ever wanted to do?
You are.
You have a great voice. Have you wanted to do like the voiceover for video games? I mean, I know that's
I
a
would
little
love
lower
to.
than.
I mean, yeah, totally. Who wouldn't want to do that? You know, I mean, it's a tight circle to get into, but I'd love to do stuff like that.
So with your background, then, why were you hesitant to play this role, and why, like in the beginning of this interview, you said you didn't want to take the role?
I wasn't hesitant to take the role. It's just that it was such a small part that they had me audition for. It was 3 pages long. It was the senator's first speech about aliens and being against aliens, and then her first speech at the DEO where she's talking about how they didn't do enough to help her.
Yeah.
There was no inclination that she was sort of anything other than this sort of straight-laced senator, and I was like, as a guest spot, I had a lot of other things on my plate, and I was like, I'm just going to push that off and see if it falls away. But it didn't fall away. It was still there. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll audition. That's cool. I'll do it. It's fun to play no matter what. And then they were like, oh, yeah, no, we want her. And all of a sudden, I had it, and that's awesome to get a job as an actor. That's always awesome. And then I read it, and I was like, I cannot believe I get to do all this stuff. Like, how lucky am I? I sort of fell into this one. It was neat. It was neat.
Well, and you've had a great career. You've been in House of Cards, Heroes, Unforgettable, numerous things. There? And now this was kind of a different branch away from that kind of stuff. Is there another type of character that you would like to play or work that you would like to be involved with?
I mean, there's a million parts out there I'd love to play, but as an actor, you just sort of hustle and wait for them to hire you, so you don't really have a say in it. But I mean, I'd love to do more of everything. I'd love to do something where I was just the pretty girl. That doesn't really ever happen, actually. I usually just play like really smart people or like tough people, or I don't know. You know, like a love story would be fun. I've never done anything like that. I've never, I don't know. There's a ton of things that you'd have to ask me on any given day. There's a bunch of things I'd love to do.
Nice. But it's great because you have that strong woman, powerful, you know, independent
It really
role.
fits with the
yeah,
name of
exactly.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a Jersey girl. I'm a Jersey tomato, you know?
Yeah, I love that.
You know, speaking of that, I did watch a piece on you on BET where you had taken the crew to your hometown or to some houses that you had lived in growing up. Yeah, so I was totally moved by that, and that you said you'd moved 31 times, like by the time you were 18. So how has your childhood made you, or you know, influenced you to be the strong person that you are now?
Oh, well, I gotta give that up to my mom, obviously. I mean, she was the one who worked 3 jobs at a time to keep us in a neighborhood as long as she could, you know. And she showed me that, like, you know, you gotta work for what you get, and nothing's handed to you in life, and, you know, don't bitch about it, you know. So that's sort of, I guess, my mantra. You know, I just sort of work and keep on working, but I'm pretty lazy, actually, I gotta say. So I'm not the most hustling actor out there for sure. But you know, I'm moving a lot. You know, it's kind of cool. You sort of learn how to play the system after a while and become who you think they want you to see, want you to be. You know, I don't know. By high school, I sort of had it figured out. But you know, I don't know. It's tough. It's not easy.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm glad you guys watched that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you're from Point Pleasant. I love that. You're a Jersey
What's
Shore.
that?
I said I love that you're from Point Pleasant. You're a Jersey Shore girl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, seriously, I love everything about the Jersey Shore. I spend as much time there as I can, actually. My favorite restaurant is down at the Jersey Shore. It's a hot dog stand. I mean, I don't know.
Have you ever? I was gonna say that this crab place, Crab's Claw.
Which one?
Crab's Claw.
I've never heard of Crab's Claw. Where's that?
Oh my God, that's more like Lavalette. That's really really great place.
Little more south. Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yep. No, I do the lobster shanty. That's over where I used to live in the beach.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How often are you out here in LA to film? That must be tough to be kind of bi-coastal.
Well, I got to say, I just actually came back from filming another episode of Supergirl.
Yay! So
exciting!
Just saying, just putting that out there right now. That episode 116 coming up in a little bit. But,
so
yeah,
excited
great.
for that.
I know, you guys heard it. But I don't go out there much.
Exclusive.
I go out there where the work is, you know. It's that's what my job is all about. My kid was growing up and I stopped working off the East Coast, but he's a teenager now, so I go wherever the work is.
And how was it being on set of Supergirl?
Oh my God, it was awesome. Like, seriously, I've been on a lot of sets. I've been in this business almost 20 years, and I've been on a lot of sets, and I've been on good sets and I've been on bad sets, but Supergirl, honestly, the cast is awesome. Open, loving, amazing. Melissa has got quite the workload, I have to tell you, and she handles it with such grace. It's amazing to watch for such a young actress.
That's what I was going to ask
there
you.
In the spotlight at her time.
How
It's
is
really
it acting
awesome to
aside
see,
next to
honestly.
such young actresses like Hayden Panettiere and Melissa? Do they?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Hayden's very, very disciplined in her work. But yeah, and the whole cast is great. The crew is amazing. I mean, everything about it. They welcomed me with open arms, and it was a pleasure working with them.
We've heard from other people that it's a pretty grueling schedule too, so to keep that morale up is impressive. Yeah.
It is grueling. I mean, the stunts are ridiculous in every episode. And yeah, going back to Melissa, like she's in almost every scene.
Right.
But literally every time you see her, she's in a good mood and she's personable. It's really nice to see.
It's awesome.
What surprised you most about working on this project?
The amount of stunts. That really surprised me, actually. I've never, in all my years in this industry, I've never done anything close to what I've had to do for this part. And the stunt work is outrageous. The stunt people working on the show are very talented and very good at what they do, which is take a lot of beatings. They get beat up quite a bit. So that's the most surprising thing for sure.
Right. Now that you saw the episode, what did you think about your transformation into the White Martian? The effects.
It was so cool. There was that one shot of me with the my mouth.
Totally.
Yo, that was so rad. I loved it. Yeah. Really cool. My kid, like I said, I've got a 15-year-old son. I mean, he just thought it was the coolest thing. And I don't often get to do things that he thinks are cool.
Yeah.
So, it was rad. I'm very happy to add that to my resume.
Anything else with her?
But,
I love her. I could talk to her all day.
I know.
Yeah, it's amazing to talk to her and kind of get insight into the show. It's so fun.
You have that. You have such like an East Coast radical vibe to you, though. You know, but you sound like you could be from both coasts, West or East, to me. But do you prefer one or the other, or do you just stay true to your roots?
Yeah, definitely. I'm an East Coaster. I'm definitely come from blue collar folks, so it's my dad was a carpenter. My stepdad is an electrician and a fiberglass guy. Wow. I don't know what fiberglass guy means, quite honestly, but I do know that he worked with a lot of fiberglass. And my mom was a florist. I don't know. I just I am who I am.
Yeah. Well, it must not be too shabby to be traveling back here and hanging out on the Warner Brothers lot, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you, as somebody who grew up watching television, I'm doing exactly what I've always wanted to do, and that's getting to meet the people in the box.
Right.
And I get to do that all the time. It's awesome.
I love hearing that. That's awesome.
What a treat. Would you have any, many other people out there growing up wanting to be actors too as well. Now, at this point in your career, would you have any advice for younger people trying to do the same?
Yeah, it's really friggin' hard. It's really, really hard. The best advice is to be ready. Just be ready when opportunity knocks, because if you're not ready when opportunity knocks, you'll never get the part. And honestly, that's what it takes. Because one day you're going to get a knock at the door, and if you give them all you got, you're set. You'll get it. You just got to do it every single time. Be ready. That's it. Yeah. It's hard though, and I like every other actor wants to give up all the time. So it's not easy.
When you get knocked down, you gotta get back up.
Absolutely, that's right. Take a day, be knocked down, then get your ass back up and get back up.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I think for a last question, just for a little more interesting facts on you, I also saw on that you called the beach your serenity. Now, are there any other things, like any other happy places for you, or activities or extracurricular things that people out there may not know about you, that you like passion things that you're into?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. I love camping. How about that? I love camping. I love it. I love camping so much. It's a goal of mine to visit every national park in this country, and I'm getting there. But I love being outdoors. I can put up a tent by myself in no time, and I could start the fire. I'm really good at it. I love it.
Do you have a favorite camping spot so far?
Yes, definitely Blue Ridge Parkway, anywhere along the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina or Tennessee. Awesome, awesome country out there. I recommend it to anybody. It's really the most beautiful thing. But you guys are out in LA, so if you ever want to take a trip, go look up, it's called the Anza Borrego Desert. It's going to be hours away, but it's in California. Oh, girl.
All right, writing that one down.
There's a lot of great places.
Some of the best camping I've ever done. Anza Borrego Desert. Gorgeous.
Okay, I'm writing it down. I love to camp.
Good. Check it out. Yes.
I did see I have a bear encounter the last time I camped, so I was a little nervous, but I'm blaming that on the ex, so...
When we went to Anza Borrego, it's like you're in a canyon and you're surrounded on all sides by mountains. So it's sort of like you're camping in a planetarium, because there's a dome and then you see all the stars above you, and it's really awesome. Yeah. But we took our dogs with us, and in the middle of the night, both of us woke up without speaking to each other and started hearing coyotes yipping at each other from across the, whatever distance they were apart. And we had the dog. And we both, my husband and my now husband and I, laid there silent until morning, and we both said, I was awake that entire time just praying the dogs wouldn't say a word. He was saying the same thing.
That's so
and
scary.
I think the dogs were probably saying the same thing.
Yeah, sensed
Like,
it. Yeah.
I'm not saying anything.
That's crazy.
That's great. Yeah.
It's fun, though. Go out there. Check it out.
Okay, I definitely will. Well, thank you again so much for taking the time to call in. We really appreciate it. You were amazing on the episode. We loved watching it, and we're very excited that we're going to get to see you again now, too.
Yes.
Yay.
So much fun.
Awesome. It was really cool talking to you guys. Thanks for letting me call in.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay.
Talk to you.
Stay warm.
Yeah.
Happy
Hope the
shoveling.
snow
All
melts
right.
soon.
Right, exactly. Have a good rest of your night, ladies.
Okay, you
Bye,
too.
Tawny, thanks.
Bye.
All right, bye.
She's awesome.
Yeah, what a special treat.
She's so rad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Amazing.
She's so chill. I want to hang out with her. Like, I want to have
Ladies,
a beer
can
with
she be
her.
my best friend forever?
I know, right?
right?
I'm going to go camping with her. Let's
Wanna
make
go
a
camping
trip.
with her, have a beer.
AFTERBUZZ Supergirl field trip.
Yes. I like it. How interesting that when they gave her the script, that all they said that was the senator part and not the rest,
Well, this is Hollywood.
I know,
It's
but-
a shady, shady place.
I feel like also maybe they just wanted to see what you could do with that, and they didn't want to give away the rest of it until they found the right person.
Yeah.
Clearly, she was the right person. Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have everything even really planned for her role either, like maybe they didn't know they were going to do all of that with her, and that's great that they even brought her back for more episodes. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of her.
That'll be
And hopefully we
great.
can talk to her again too, because she's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
All right. Okay, well, we only have a little bit of time left, so let's go. Let's quickly wrap kind of through this episode. So let's go back to Adam a little bit, and let's go back to the romance.
I waited all week for this. I'm just gonna say it. I just was so excited. If people have been a long time watcher of AfterBuzz, I did the Glee show, so I knew Blake Jenner from Glee, and of course Melissa was on Glee, and that's where they met. So fun to see a real life couple kind of come to life, and I loved the character of Adam as well. Like,
Oh my God. You
Yeah.
could tell like he's even grown a bit, Blake Jenner. He looked great. His character was good. It was nice to see him, not this dorky high school student, but this like mature man who's got mommy issues. I loved it. I got in trouble because I screamed, "He's hot!" and Maria Menounos was here in studio shooting today. I couldn't help but keep quiet because he looks great. But yes, I agree with Stephanie. The camaraderie between him and Melissa on screen is always amazing to watch. It's nice to see them back again. And it was just great to see Kat break down and, see her like really want to have that relationship back with him. So I'm glad that we get to see him more.
One of my favorite
well.
scenes was the scene where Kara takes them both, goes to dinner with both of them. How did you guys feel about that scene? Where
it was awkward, but like I got it. She was kind of there to support both of them.
Yeah.
And I thought that was actually a really interesting way to play it, because in some ways you think like, oh, she could be there to support her boss, but really like it felt like she was equally supporting both of them, and that was like nicely played on her part.
And from the get-go, when they met at the coffee shop, she was having Kat's back. So it was nice that she followed through, and, more importantly with him now knowing that he was her son. So I love this. It's so spicy. Can't wait for next week when they go on a date. I don't know if like that's just like an added role and that never played out with any of the actual stories with Supergirl in the comics. I'm assuming this is just for the series,
I think
this character.
As far as I'm aware of, it's for the series.
It
I'm not
seems
sure.
like it.
All I do know, I just know from the before was that Adam was kind of a snotty, kind of bratty kid growing up with rich parents, and that Kat had a big drinking problem back then, and so there was a lot of issues with all of that.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Oh, my favorite scene of the episode was definitely him asking her out, or at least of this romantic storyline. It was so cute. It was, and I just love Korean barbecue. No, for you.
Yeah, and I love how Kat's like, she's available.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Which I love that she's on board for it. Yes, because I didn't want it to be a conflict or
No, but it's all thanks to Kara anyway that they're mother son relationship is rekindled. So I'm all about this. So excited.
Yeah.
So excited
I thought
to
it
see
was
more.
another excellent episode for Kat. I mean, I always like to see her each time, but she...
Not for nothing,
Yeah.
but she leads the show in a great direction, you know? Like, especially for people who were once fans of Ally McBeal and stuff, she's just proving that just because she took a hiatus for a little bit, here she is back on screen in a big role, and, like, she's killing it.
Yeah.
She's killing this role. She's
And you
great.
believe it. Like, I love her snarkiness, just like when she first finds out that she wrote the letter, you know, she's like, she's fired. So for me, that's like kind of like a hard scene to play, because she's kind of being, you know, supposed to be mad, and then she's vulnerable, like all this stuff layered on, and then emotional in this episode, lots of things. And I thought each move through those emotions were pretty seamless and real.
Definitely.
You know?
I feel like every episode we're getting more and more about all these characters, but really so much about Kat. Like, because at first you kind of were like, oh, she's boss lady, and that's kind of all you knew about her, was she couldn't even get Kara's name correct. Like, that was pretty much it. And I love that they brought back that joke tonight as well.
Yeah.
But you kind of see that there's like emotional reasons why she is the way she is, and what's kind of behind the scenes of this like hard facade in a lot of ways. And I'm loving that. And Callista Flockhart, you're absolutely right, plays it flawlessly.
It's just it was an emotional episode for everybody, I feel. It was this episode dragged out a bit. I was a little bit bored. I had someone tweet me and say that they felt the same.
A few people said that.
But I mean, we inevitably have to see this side of these characters to understand where they all came from. Like, especially Hank, if we want to touch on Hank right now.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I mean, but it's kind of like the same story with everybody, you know, like Supergirl losing her world, her family, and then Wynn, and now Hank, and we're really getting to know what's behind these people, so we'll see what unfolds with them and what explains their behavior in future episodes. I don't know if you guys touched on this last week because I wasn't here, but I think it was Tari who did predict that Wynn was going to go off course. Didn't he? Because that's what I recall from our last sit down, that he predicted that Wynn might turn ugly.
Okay, I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody did, and I'm pretty sure it was Tari because he would know.
Yeah.
So, and it just explains a lot.
It may have been, or it may have been the guy that tweeted at us to
okay.
him. But
Yeah.
I can't remember. But anyway,
But
regardless.
it just explains a lot, and it almost gives us an idea of where this is going and who's going to be what. Because I felt like we were all kind of like, well, somebody's got to die and somebody's got to turn bad. Obviously, Maxwell Lord, everything will be revealed, I feel like, next episode with him. But
yeah, I feel
as
like
far
this
as
was
our other characters go.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was kind of more of a building episode where, like, they were giving us the backstory, like you said, and I do think the next ones are kind of ramp up, because now it's like we got introduced to the White Martian, and then she's saying that there's millions more coming. I
But
feel
this
like
is what
that's
I didn't get. Did Hank want to go back with them?
No, I think he was saying that he would, his rate, or his like type of alien, is that what it is, like a type of alien, would cease to exist. Like, he was willing to give it up if they would, for not hurting his coworkers. That was my understanding of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that Supergirl saved the day.
Yeah, exactly. And it was sad to
need
learn
Hank.
about Hank's, wife and kids being burned, and
Yeah, I mean, again, you're kind of getting those layers of that character. And
Exactly.
it's interesting because he's definitely somebody who, like, the trauma has made him who he is. Like, you start to see, and like that flashback with his family, like, you start to see that it's all, in a lot of ways, all of them are come from trauma, and how they're all kind of meeting in this universe. And that's a really interesting place to kind of be.
And we do need him there, because if he's, like you said, if he's gone, then General Lane's going to take over, and so it's not going to be, Alex calling all the shots, so that he's going to be in there kind of ruining
And Alex
things.
is like having his back, which I love.
Yeah.
She's really at his back because she can't lose him, because we all know why. I mean, that's her protector since her dad passed. But I like the relationship between them now more than ever. I can see that the both of them, Hank and Alex, really rely on each other. And then more importantly, like Supergirl does. So I don't know. I feel like Maxwell Lord is going to make everything go crazy, though, next week.
I feel like,
we'll have to do that in our predictions.
Next week it's just going to, like, stir.
I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Well, we had a little bit, not too much with James, but he did get to go out on a photo job that he's been wanting to do. Mm-hmm. So we see him, and he's still in the room, gives, Kara the little eyes. So
he did.
Like, yeah, again,
I
right?
got that.
Her love life.
I know. It's
another level.
You go, Glenn
have
Coco.
3 of them pretty soon here.
I know, I'm jealous. Who are you guys, if you had to pick one of the 3, would it be Wynn or Adam or James?
Adam.
See, and that, without Adam in play, I would have said Wynn. But now I'm going to go, it has to be Adam, because it's her real life husband. You have to go Adam.
And I would have said James without Adam in play.
I'm just annoyed with James, like, Lucy is at home. She knows I'm coming home late. It's like, what are you doing, James?
I agree with you on that one. He's been... Yeah, he's been very wishy-washy.
I'm
this
over
whole
him.
thing.
I think I'm more pro Wynn right now because I feel for Wynn. Yeah. And then I think that Adam is just so hot. So it's great.
And Wynn at least really loves her, too. I mean,
I just feel like James has been a little shady in the last few episodes, and maybe my mind will change, but
he'll find a way.
I'm more of like on the Wynn group, I guess, without Adam at play.
I'm just nervous for Wynn. I feel like he's gonna just break, just go a little nuts. And I'm actually looking forward to that episode to see how Supergirl can get him like refocused. But I do think he might lose his cool.
I was really nervous at the beginning, but then the last elevator scene, I felt like he was maybe getting a better grip, better handle on it. But
so basically, they were just implying like. Through space and time, always another.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay, so give it time and then everything will be fine. Even though that kiss, I wasn't here last week, so I apologize, but that kiss was like not even really anything to front about, No. It's not like, I don't know. They just need to get over it. Move on.
Yeah. All right, well, I know we're running about out of time. Anything else quickly to touch on this episode?
No, well, I think this was this was an episode to get to know people's backgrounds and reveal this new character who we love, Tawny, and then build up to Maxwell because this is huge. He knows so much, and he has this robot.
So at the very end, they see that was like the cliffhanger where she sees the fake the other Supergirl, and she's
Yeah, and crazy that he's already Maxwell is clearly sending out this like Supergirl in quotation marks to like save the world, quote unquote. I don't think it's saving the world though, because she doesn't have, I'm assuming, the powers that Supergirl has. It's going to be interesting next week to learn all of that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because she was out doing something.
I think she didn't save though, did she?
No,
I need to see it again because I think she like was almost destroying. But I gotta watch that again, people. But I thought
she was out in the universe. Like he let her free. Being the point. Yeah.
But I wasn't clear whether she was doing. Yeah, I think she was doing bad
for sure. I'll have to rewatch. Yeah.
I don't understand his intentions. Still, but I guess it'll be exposed. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me.
I mean, clearly Maxwell is up to no good at this point. Like I know earlier in the season we like debated about that. Yeah. And at this point, it's pretty clear he's up to no good.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and side with you on that one too.
Yeah. Stating a little obvious, but clearly.
Last week's episode was great. I was like on the edge of my seat, like this was such a good episode. And then this one, I'm just kind of like, there's Blake, but other than that, I'm kind of like bored. So I'm looking forward to next week. Looking forward to really like discovering what's going to happen with this season.
I am continually impressed by the action scenes in the show.
Me too.
Though. Like week after week, they bring it, and that's something that I feel like in this production, like in a weekly show, that's so hard to keep up.
Definitely,
completely.
That's what keeps us focused for sure. Keeps our attention. These action scenes.
Yeah, and they really build them well, and then even like the music, everything they add really just creates such a great atmosphere. And then the special effects. I mean, those each week to have a show that has great special effects each week too is very difficult and challenging. They're just knocking it out of the park with all that.
Yeah. You go, Warner Brothers.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into. Actually, you know what? I have one piece of news and gossip. Sorry, threw you there. Just really quick, but there was a DC Comics did do a digital series, The Adventures of Supergirl, that was released today. So that if you want to get more of your Supergirl fix, go ahead and check that out.
Nice.
So fun.
I know.
That's great.
All right, now we'll hit some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Anyone?
I predict that Kara and Adam will kiss. That's my prediction.
I 100% want that to happen as well. But I will also say that I feel like we're going to get a fight eventually, maybe not even next week, but in the weeks to come, Supergirl versus Supergirl clone. And how that fight is going to play out. I'm pretty clear that Supergirl's going to win it, but how she's going to win it, I'm excited to see.
See, I'm wondering if this clone is going to be able to pull off almost like a shapeshifter where she will come into, like Wynn or James or like somebody who is emotionally tied to her and then like intervene that way as well, besides just a fight, I would like to see that as well.
Some more personal damage.
Definitely.
Good stuff. I definitely hope for the kiss too. Get some romance going, which I think will lead to Wynn getting a little more jealous and having. But ultimately, I think that is going to be what's going to make James jealous. I think he's going to be the turning point to make James try to have to make a play.
Too.
And I also think, since we had a little spoiler from Tawny that she's going to be back, I think we're going to have the alien invasion. Oh, okay. Because how the White Martian was like, there's thousands, millions, blah, blah, blah. I think maybe we'll see her appear again, have to speak on more people coming in.
I don't know why I thought that Hank and the senator would be a thing.
They'd be cute together.
Because they're both aliens from the same planet.
Yeah.
Right? Well, one's evil and one's good. Is that
I thought different.
No, they're different planets? Oh, I thought they were from the same.
Maybe am I incorrect in that?
They came, the White Martian came from below the planet, I believe, from like,
okay.
Like so the devil.
That's why I said it.
And then took over.
Evil version of them. Okay.
But that's not her. So, I mean, so she'll be back as the senator because they took over her body or her appearance. But, so I think she'll come back as actually a good, now being on the side because she was against the aliens. I think she'll be like now more of a supporter and then have to do something about all these.
Do you think she'll work with Hank?
That's what I don't know. I saw some chemistry between, maybe even if it wasn't just like a love chemistry. I just saw something that made me trigger. Like I could see this.
Yeah, I could see that being a team potentially.
All right. Well, we shall see. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining us tonight. One more time, where can everybody follow you guys at?
You can find me at Stephanie Wenger on all social media.
Me too. You can find at Stephanie Wenger. I'm Nicole Brajer. You can find me at Nicole Brajer on all the social media platforms in the world.
And beyond.
Yes.
And beyond.
You can follow me at JJ Jurgens on Twitter, Jurgens JJ on Instagram, and at TomGirl TV. And please keep commenting. We love reading your guys' comments and questions, helping us out here, and it helps us keep the lights on, everything going here at the studio. So we really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch us and interact with us. So hopefully we'll get some more guests on for you again in the weeks to come. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.